my favorite things about growing up around Thanksgiving time were the smells. And not just the smells on Thanksgiving, because just before Thanksgiving, my mom would start her annual holiday baking, which would go from Thanksgiving to Christmas. And she just baked so many different things, pies and cookies, and it was just amazing. And the days before Thanksgiving, the house would just start smelling with the aroma of all these baked goods, and all I wanted to do was eat them all. And then, of course, there was Thanksgiving morning, when you had to start preparation for all the food that we would have. And our Thanksgivings were always amazing feasts. You know, our turkey was always big, like 25, 26 pounds. And sometimes we needed an auxiliary. We just had mounds of food that was gone in 2 days. But just the smell of it all. Smell of the turkey. And then waiting, the thing I waited the most for, well, there were two things. It was my dad's stuffing. My dad made the best stuffing in the whole world, hands down. I loved my dad's stuffing. And then it was getting a slice of my mom's apple pie. And usually it was more than one slice, if I'm going to be honest. Because my mom made usually a lot of apple pies, because, well, even today I could just eat one of them by myself without any trouble. My mom makes the best apple pie. But it is that sense of the smell that still stays with me today. And like probably many of you, I can walk into a situation that has nothing to do with Thanksgiving, and I get a whiff of something, and it just brings me back to that time when we would be around the table. And of course, we usually had multiple tables going, and there was the kids' table and the adults' table. And the funny thing is, when you were a kid, you couldn't wait to get to the adult table. And when you were the adult, you kind of wondered why. The kids' table seemed a lot more fun. But we always shared laughter. There was always a connection, and usually we'd have one or two good arguments, because that's just what my family does. We love to argue for no reason than to argue. And then we'd finish the night usually with some kind of card game or something. The memories of growing up are just so powerful around Thanksgiving for me. I loved Thanksgiving. Always looked forward to it. And as I think about what we're dealing with right now, it could be very easy to think, oh, Thanksgiving is ruined this year. But is it? Or is it that we simply have to do things differently? It's so easy to look at the things that aren't going to be there. But maybe it's an opportunity to create some new traditions, some new ways of connecting with people. Maybe it's a way for us to really recognize what it is we should really, truly be thankful for. Sometimes in the absence of something, we can really discover how important it really is. Now, what I'm about today does not equate what we're missing this year. But like for me, my dad's not around, hasn't been around for 16 years. I hadn't had his stuffing for that long. It'd be really easy for me to focus on the fact that I don't have his stuffing anymore. But as much as that really did make the holiday for me when I was growing up, and as much as I do miss my dad, and always will, I am so grateful for the family I do have, for the friends in my life. I'm so grateful for, well, being here, being able to be a pastor of this wonderful collaborative. I'm so thankful for just how gracious God's love and mercy have been in my life in so many different ways. Yes, Thanksgiving is going to be a lot different this year. It's not going to be with tons of people, which is what I'm so used to, and which, even for me as an introvert, is something I always do look forward to. But I'm choosing not to focus on that. Yes, I'm going to recognize what is absent. And I'm going to be thankful to God for the fact that it has been part of my life, that it has brought joy into my life, and hopefully at some point in the future, I'll know it again. But right now I can't. And that's okay. Because God has blessed my life in so many ways, and that's what I need to focus on. Yeah, I look forward to those smells. Those smells that will bring me back to those times that I had as a child. And I am so thankful for those times. But I'm also thankful for what is going to come. The things I know nothing about. The possibilities that are there. This year is going to be different. There are going to be many things that are absent. But my thankfulness to God is not one of them. God bless.